Alright, time to feed these hungry viewers. Yeah. Hello, people. Mornings. another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work, health, and strength is good. Or excellent. Alright, I got some news for you guys. Yeah, we talking about this AMD and this PlayStation 6. Listen to this. I did a video on this earlier, but here's another article from PC Games In. Listen to this. On the first video, I was sitting there switching the picture, trying to go, should I put the Intel or AMD? Whatever. Alright. What do we got here? It says here, AMD reportedly already snatched the PlayStation 6 contract from Intel. Sony has apparently lined up AMD to make the CPU and GPU in the PlayStation 6, as Intel couldn't agree about the profit made per chip. Says here, AMD is reportedly already lined up to make the CPU in the Sony PlayStation 6 after beating Intel to the contract, according to the latest report. Thanks to its ability to integrate its CPU cores and Radeon GPU cores into the same silicon, AMD has long been a firm favorite among console makers, with its chips used in the PS4, PS5, and PS5 Pro, as well as the Xbox Series X and Xbox One, among others. Says here, however, Intel was apparently working hard to win the contract to make the chip in the Sony PS5 so far unannounced successor, which is expected to be called the PS6 or PlayStation 6. AMD makes the best gaming CPU on the PC right now in the form of Ryzen 7 7800X3D, and while the company GPU tech is lagging behind that of Nvidia at the moment when it comes to ray tracing, AMD has a longer pedigree than Intel when it comes to making fully fledged gaming CPUs. I explain. According to the report from Reuters, Intel was competing with several chip designers for the PlayStation 6 contracts, including AMD and Broadcom, with the winners going on to design the final chip, which would be built by TSMC. The site says it has spoken to 3 sources with knowledge of the event, 2 of whom said the contract had a value of billions of dollars in revenue. Then it says 2 sources also informed the site that the main blocker for Intel was a disagreement over the profits Intel will make on each chip bought by Sony to use in the console. Meanwhile, a competitive bidding process eliminates other chips manufacturers such as Broadcom, to the point where only AMD and Intel were left. According to Reuters, Intel and Sony spent several months discussing the potential for the contract back in 2022, with meetings not only invoking dozens of engineers but also the CEO of both companies. Then it says here, although Intel is well behind AMD and Nvidia when it comes to gaming's GPU market share, the company has made huge strides in the ability of its GPUs in the last few years. Then it says, while we experience a few compatibility issues in our Intel Arc A770 review, the gaming performance was surprisingly solid when the card worked, and Intel has since been beavering away on regular driver updates to improve compatibility. The company also recently claimed it now has the fastest built-in GPU in a thin and light laptop chip, with the launch of its new Intel Lunar Lake SoC system on a chip. Then it says it's not known whether the chip in the PlayStation 6 is just a CPU or a SoC combining the CPU and GPU in one chip, but it's highly likely that AMD will be building Sony a chip that combines one of its CPUs and GPUs in one chip. Then it says here, Intel is expected to release its new lineup of Core Ultra 200 gaming CPUs for desktop in October 2024, and you can check out our Intel Arrow Lake guide to find out everything we know about the new chip so far. Now let me go back up here. Let's see, where was I at? What was that? Oh, I saw something. Let's see here. that's the end of the article, though. Says where is it? Says hey, come. Look, remember when I told you remember when I told you guys when I told you viewers that Intel should have got into the GPU market back in the 286, 486, 286, 386, 486 Pentium 1 days. Yeah, that's what they should have done that, you know, during that time, you know, like I was saying, like, you know, split the company in two. One work on the CPU side, the other work on the GPU side, and they would have had a head start in the GPU market if they would have done that. But they were more into CPUs, and you know, that was their focus. But the landscape has changed, and then AMD, Nvidia, yeah, they're competitors, man. And you know, Intel should have had a head start before those two, but you win some, you lose some. But anyway, AMD won the contract, $30 billion. I did a video on this earlier. I just did this one because of PC Games In. But yeah, there was a bidding war, you know, and communication, and or agreements, you know, it didn't go too good for Intel, you know, but even though they lost that bid, they still have a new CPU that's coming out in October, so we should be, you know, but which should help them, but on the console side of things, where gaming is concerned now, they just lost a bidding war, you know. So there's always the next console generation. For now, I mean, you know, there's always the next console generation. But other than that, it doesn't mean. I mean, but as far as like desktop and laptop goes, you know, Intel is doing pretty well. It's just that they just lost the contract, you know, to AMD, and the PlayStation 6 will be using AMD hardware when that time comes. But right now, they should start be working on the PlayStation 6 by the looks of this. You know, this was a big bidding war. You know, this was a big bidding war that was going down. You know, and like they say on what's that, Black Ops 4, first come first serve. Yeah. Anyway, but you know, gaming industry moves on. You know, now it's gonna be interesting to see who Xbox uses. If PlayStation is going AMD, it's gonna be interesting to see who Microsoft uses. Nintendo is gonna use Nvidia. We know that. You know, based on the Switch that they have already. So we will see what Microsoft will use in their next consoles of Xbox. But for right now, PlayStation is using AMD, and AMD got their hands in a lot of things, man. You know, yeah, from fluid motion, frame generation, FSR. Their hardware is in these portable PCs. Yeah, their hardware is in the PS5 Pro. Excuse me. Yeah, so yeah, AMD got their hands full, man. They're busy. Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, come into an agreement. You know, being fair, being The thing about these bidding wars too, you have to be fair, you have to be balanced. Yeah, you know, yeah. You know, so the deal can go through. You know, yeah. Sure, you're trying to outbid everybody, but the deal that you're trying to make with the console maker, you know, you got to be fair and balanced, and you know, got to have the pricing right and all that, man. So yeah, but that's the tech industry for you, you know. Yeah. Anyway, and the thing too is, you know, since Sony's using AMD, that should take care of the backwards compatibility issues going forward with PlayStation. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars Star Trek Bang, board Dark Section. I'm gone. Peace.